I have a new idea and I'm going to take you along for the ride. So basically, I want to make a clone of this website, but as a native application. It's called ShaderToy. You may have seen it before. Basically, you can write some shader code here that runs on the GPU and it visualizes it. And you can edit it. So let's say we put 20 here instead. We can recompile it and you can see we immediately saw some change. And that's basically it. However, I may want to do some other features. So let's actually first make a little bit of a feature overview. So I want to have, let's say, hot reloading of shaders. I want to control, let's call it dynamic control of uniform values. So you can like say I have a uniform called this and it will try to find that and set that value. You can add more uniforms dynamically so you don't have to restart the application and stuff like that. And I want the shader code to be in a separate file so you can edit with your favorite text editor. And I think we want like a screen capture, so like image and video, which would be nice, you know, in case you make something nice and you want to share it. This is basically the things I want to do. In this video, we're probably just going to do some setup. So I have, we're going to use eGUI, and eGUI has an example as it happens where you run some kind of shader. I think they have it here, yeah. Some simple shaders. So we are going to try to kind of port that and make a version that we can use. So let's start by adding iframe, which we need, and we may also need other things. Let's see. We have iframe, we have environment logger. Okay, so we actually only need iframe, and we added that. So let's close this one again, and we are going to get this stuff. So iframe, eGUI equal glow, and glow. We also have to add glow. I don't know about that. Let's copy paste this because I don't think I'm ever going to remember this setup. So we have some options. We have a size, and let's just make it 500 by 500 for now. Multi-sampling. Might want to remove that later, but okay. And we're gonna call the project shader reloaded. I think I just want to call it app. So let's make an app. And then we need to implement eGUI, I think, app, or is it iframe? App or app. And we need something called update, just this signature. And I think that's it. Let us make some kind of panel. So I think central panel. And is it default? We'll make it default. We'll show takes the context and a UI function. So let's just close this one for now because it's a little bit annoying. Okay, we don't have new. Not sure why it takes this, but that's not really relevant for us right now. We just make an empty one like that. Here we have the UI, and we can put in a label. Let's say a heading. It says shader reloaded. And with that, let's try to run it. All right, it seems to have compiled. And here we have it. Probably we don't really want this text anyway, so let's go ahead now and move that. I do want to say if we have some, isn't this how you do it? Input, then we have a function, and there is like a key released. Okay, that's, and the key is supposed to be Q. If that's released, then I want to send a viewport command. The viewport command I want to say is close, because I like that. I find it's very convenient if you just press Q that it closes, and I don't have to click or Alt F4 or anything like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get this example ported. So we have here a rotating triangle, and this rotating triangle is something that contains the shader. So we should probably make something like that. So let's say a shader, let's just call it shader. It needs a program, and we can also give it the vertex array. All right, and maybe we put this, maybe we put it in a separate file actually. And should it be public? I don't know. But let's make it public. So we go in here and mod shader, and let's do it like that for now. We need to import some stuff in here as well. Great. Now we need to implement the shader, and we see how this works. Okay, use glow has context as this. Don't know why they do that. Let's just keep it. So shader version, that is going to be version 330. We only support that. And now we need to do some kind of unsafe where we create a program. And I think it's fair to actually, let me try some kind of different layout. Let's do it like this so we can actually see the full lines. I think it's fair to panic if we cannot create the program. And the vertex source, that's going to be constant. It's going to be constant, and we can even, it's kind of interesting. How do they dispatch here? Paint. Okay, that's probably it. So use program, uniform, and draw arrays. Bind vertex arrays, so vertex array. So I wonder where that is coming from. Soft dot rotating triangles new. So this one is supposed to set the vertex array. Ah, here it is. Create vertex array. But what is it creating it from? Don't know. But let's not worry too much about that right now. So we want to do something like this, but we just want a square actually. So let's do let's do 6. Okay, so we have 1 and 0. Probably it should be like -1, and then so that should be the lower left, and then we can say 1, -1, -1, 1, and then let's say -1, 1 again, and then we go to 1, -1, and finally 1, 1. Let's do it like that. There's no colors, there's no angle, ever. The position is the same, and we don't rotate anything. So why is it complaining? Okay, doesn't matter. Now, the source or the fragment shader. For now, let's just make a file right here that we'll call this, and we will copy paste this like that. Okay, we don't get any of that. We're not really gonna do anything. Maybe we're gonna say the out color is a vec4, and we're gonna make it fully red, so we kind of know we're doing something. All right, so then that's great. All right, so we should actually say let frag source. What do they call it here? Fragment shader source. Fragment shader source. And I think we can say include string, and it's gonna be maybe, not sure what the path should be. We're just gonna assume it's from where we run it. Okay, it wasn't. This. Great. Then we have the shader sources. Now we need to actually make the shaders. What is happening here? So we iterate over the shader sources, and we just do some standard stuff. We create a shader, set the shader source, we compile it, we try to compile it, and we do some stuff here, checking the errors, and then we attach it to the program which we created earlier. Finally, we should, now we've compiled both the shaders, now let's link it, check that we actually can link it. We free this stuff, and we create a vertex array. This is the weirdest part so far. And finally, there we go, I think. That should do it. So this was just vertex. Let's call it vertex shader source. Okay. There is some destroy function. I think we can just copy paste that. There is a paint function. I'm also going to steal that. Maybe we're going to modify it a bit. So we get a OpenGL context, an angle, which we don't need, whatever. So we use the program that we have. We don't want to set a uniform, but nice to know that we can. Find the vertex array, and we draw some triangles. So I think this is the count of vertices. And of course we have 6. All right. So that's that. Now let's go back here and implement the new function, similar to what they do in the example. New this thing. So we have to get glow out, and then we actually want the shader here, which is coming from the shader module. It's shader, and we can say shader new and give it this context, I think, and we need to call it shader like that. And shader, and it's private, so we have to go, sorry, we have to go back here and make this one public. Let's make all of them public for now. There we go. Okay. So now we need to see how they actually draw it. So my app, whatever. Okay, so here's the app. There are some labels. Then there is this one. This is the one. Canvas, UI style, show UI, self.custom painting. So we can also add this. Self.shader, destroy. And then there's this custom painting. I'm copy pasting a lot with this because we just want to get set up as fast as possible. So it takes a UI and a reference to self, which is fine. We allocate some size. Here I actually just want maybe size before wrap instead. So UI available size. Yeah, that's the one I want. There's no angle. There's no angle. There's no triangle. And okay, so maybe we do need to wrap it in this arc mutex thingy. That here. And then we need stuff. Because apparently it has to be thread safe. Right, and this one we have to say new. Great. Right, and it's not like that. We have to actually say it's a mutex. Wraps, it's an arc that wraps a mutex and wraps a shader. This is how you do it. And then here is where we need to say new. A bit of a brain fart. Okay. Because then also in the destroy, we have to lock it and then destroy it. And here we can now say shader, lock it, paint, and there's no angle. And something is going wrong. So let's see, what did I do wrong? Custom painting. I feel like we are doing the exact same thing. I think I know. So they over here they cloned it. So we're gonna clone it as well. It's just a pointer that's being cloned. All right, I think we are finally ready to do some stuff. and it's red, which is exactly what we would expect, what we would wish. Let's try to change it. Let's add some blue. And now it's purple. Okay, so we can actually run some shader code now and show it. Let's actually do the standard thing, which is like GL position XY. I think we should get like, so that didn't work. That did not work. Why didn't that work? Position. Strange. Also, where is this version used? Okay, it's used down here. Okay, that's fine. That is very fine. So maybe we need to feed. I feel like this should be available. Maybe I just put, but we already have that. We already have that. I feel like this should be available. It's probably wrong. I mean, let's run it again, see what the error was. GL position is not accessible in this one. Okay, let's not bother with that right now. Let us just find our shader here. And let's say we have a position that we're kind of feeding to the fragment shader. And it's really just going to be this. Yeah, why not just this? Okay, and then we get that here, position, and we can just do it like that. It should be the same, it should work. I hope everything is now black. So that is great. That is great. Does it have to be called the same? Maybe that's the problem. That would make sense. It would make a lot of sense. Okay, and we have another issue, which is that the ranges are wrong. So here we have to say +1 divided by 2, and finally, I think we will have the standard mango plots. So now we're basically, we've gotten started, and we're going to leave it here for now. And I will see you in the next one, where we're going to try to add a button to reload the shader code. All right. Until then, bye-bye.